Hello everyone, welcome to another GSA update. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have some fun topics to discuss this week for our GSA update. This week we're going to focus on Earth Hour, which is happening on March 27th, and all things related to our beautiful Earth and our environment. So let's dive right in. So let's start with our usual word of the day. Yes. The word of the day this week is preserve. Preserve is our word of the week. Do you know this word preserve? This might be a new word for you, so let's discuss all about this word preserve. Preserve means to keep something from getting hurt or harmed. It means to protect, to keep alive, to keep in good condition. Preserve means to protect. Yes, and we're discussing this word preserve because this weekend we have a very special event that we can all join in on to show that we want to help preserve our beautiful Earth. Yes, to protect our Earth. We must help preserve our Earth because it is our home. If we want to continue living on this planet, which is our home, we must try to protect it, try to preserve it. So that's what preserve means. The special event is called Earth Hour. Yes, it is called Earth Hour. On March 27th, Saturday, millions of people worldwide will turn off their lights and electronics for 1 hour to show how much they care about our planet and our environment, to show how much they want to preserve our Earth. So you can join the Earth Hour movement by turning your lights off on March 27th, 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. your local time. So anywhere you are on Saturday, March 27th, from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., you can turn off your lights and join in on the Earth Hour movement. For 1 hour, set up some candles and turn those lights off in your rooms. Turn your computers, TV, iPads, phones off to show your support in saving this magnificent planet of ours, which is our home. Earth Hour encourages you to think about the amount of energy we use and waste every single day. Global warming has harmed our environment, nature, and our beautiful wildlife. Global warming is directly caused by the use of energy like electricity, water, gas, and other resources. And we humans use a lot of energy every day, non-stop. By collectively turning these off, we are working together to help save energy and protect Earth. And that hour can be used to think about or talk about ways we can help preserve our Earth. Earth Hour happens every year around this time, and it is celebrated all over the world in over 180 countries. Many landmark structures like the Eiffel Tower and the Empire State Building have turned their lights off to show support for Earth Hour. We hope you can join in on the Earth Hour movement this year to show your love for our home planet. You can join the Earth Hour movement this year on March 27th, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. your local time. All right, on to our next topic and more about our awesome Earth. Let's talk about the amazing pollinators of our Earth. Do you know how we are able to enjoy fresh foods like apples, cucumbers, strawberries, lettuces, cabbage, broccoli, and even nuts like almonds? Many of these foods that we get to enjoy are all able to grow thanks to the pollinator insects and animals. Pollinators are animals that move pollen from one flower to another so that the plants can produce fruits and seeds. Most of these amazing pollinators are insects like bees, butterflies, beetles like ladybugs, moths, even flies. Some plants are pollinated by birds such as the hummingbird, which is the smallest bird on Earth. Some are even pollinated by bats. These pollinators love to drink nectar, which is the sweet juice inside of flowers. When these pollinators are drinking the sweet nectar from the flowers, they pick up pollen on their body. And pollen is the yellow powder that is inside of the flowers. Pollen is the flower's way of making more flowers, and it's also what causes plants to form seeds. As these pollinators, like bees and the hummingbirds and butterflies, as they're drinking the nectar from the flowers, they pick up pollen on their body, right? And then they visit the other flowers and get more nectar and spread the pollen to other flowers, which then allows more flowers to grow and produce seeds. So that's really amazing and neat because these pollinators are feeding themselves, but at the same time, they're helping the environment grow. So pollinators are small, but so very important. It is studied that pollinators help pollinate over 180,000 different plant species. That means that 1 out of every 3 bites of food is there because of pollinators. All right, let's get some fun facts about some of these amazing pollinators. Let's start with bees. Bees are the most important pollinator as they pollinate the most amount of plants. The tiny hairs on their bodies are what picks up the pollen from flowers. The juicy fruits that you eat every day, like apples and strawberries, are pollinated by bees. Hummingbirds are the smallest birds on Earth, and they're found in North America, and they're great pollinators. They love bright-colored open flowers. They stick their long beaks to get the sweet nectar from the flowers. Butterflies pollinate the same way as bees do. They also love brightly colored flowers, and they like the ones that are flat and have a landing pad, just like the one you see here. They help pollinate some vegetables and herbs. And believe it or not, flies are important pollinators as well. Flies like flowers that smell really stinky. They pollinate many different plants, and they're the main pollinators for cacao trees, which make chocolate. Bats pollinate during the nighttime, and they are important pollinators in tropical places and deserts. They pollinate lots of fruits like mangoes, bananas, and guavas. So now that we know that so many of the food that we eat and the flowers that we see are pollinated by these wonderful animals and insects, we can appreciate these animals and insects when we see them out and about buzzing. You know that they're busy helping our nature grow. Take a look at this amazing clip that shows these wonderful pollinators hard at work. All right, guys, moving on to our next topic, let's talk about trash. Ugh, gross. You might have noticed that every day we produce so much trash. Most of our trash goes to landfills, where greenhouse gas gets released into the air when the trash breaks down. Now, greenhouse gas will pollute the air and cause global warming, which is not good for our environment. A lot of our trash is leftover food that we throw away. You can compost some of these everyday trash. Compost is a type of fertilizer that you can make with rotting plants. You use compost to grow plants, and it looks like dirt, just like this. So these leftover scraps like the fruit peels, eggshells, stale bread, and other organic waste can all be composted. You can even compost paper and cardboard. Once those things decompose and break down, it becomes compost, this crumbly fertilizer that you can use in your garden to grow your plants. It's a great way to reduce trash, help our environment, and give your garden a healthy boost. Have a look at Maya from Full-Time Kid showing us how she made her compost pile. Check it out.
Compost is a great way to feed any hungry plants inside your garden. Compost is a home to many tiny little animals called bacteria. Bacteria help break down plants once you are done with them. For this project, you will need an empty 2-liter bottle, some dirt, not potting soil, plant scraps, shredded paper, a spray bottle, a pair of scissors, and a push pin. To build a composter, the first thing you need to do is rinse your bottle and take off any labels. Next, we have a grown-up cut the top of the bottle and, using a push pin, poke some holes on the bottom for drainage. Place the bottle on a plastic tray or plate and start adding the dirt, shredded paper, and some old leaves. Wet the base layer of items using your spray bottle. We don't want to drown it, we just want to get them a little wet. Make sure to keep your composter inside a plastic tray or plate so it doesn't leak. Now, add the fresher items like vegetables, scraps of food, grass, or eggshells. Once that's all in there, we place the composter in an area where it'll get some nice sunlight. You could place the cut-off bottle top upside down like this on top of your composter, and this will act as a funnel when you are watering. Each day you want to add water and stir around the contents so the bacteria can find some new food. When not in use, place a kitchen towel over the composter. As the days go on, the bacteria will start to help the fresher items decompose, and all the items will eventually turn into compost. Feel free to add items as the days go on, but remember that it will take time for new items to decompose, so be patient. When the food looks ready, take it outside and feed to your garden. And there you have just made some healthy snacks for your garden.
For our last section of the GSA update this week, we're going to take a look at some really cool recent inventions that are helping to save our planet. These amazing inventions reuse garbage, reduce ocean pollution, and use biodegradable material, which are material that do not harm the environment. So here are the 5 inventions that you will see in the next clip. Let's talk about them first. This is a bin that collects garbage from the sea. It's called Sea Bin. The garbage in the sea is caught into the bag and the water will flow out back to the sea, which is like a filtering system. It's pretty amazing. This is a machine that crushes bottles into usable sand. It will crush them into very fine sand that can then be recycled to preserve beaches. Yes, it becomes sand for the beaches. This is the Saltwater Brewery's edible packaging to save sea life. Their packaging is made out of edible material like barley and wheat, so that when it goes out to sea, sea animals like turtles and fish will not choke on them, but can enjoy them like a snack. This one is called Air Ink, and it's ink made of a type of air pollution released from cars called carbon soot. It's amazing how they've turned air pollution into marker ink. And this last one is the edible water blobs. These are biodegradable clear packaging made from seaweed. So it's not like plastic, though it looks like it. You can eat it and it creates no waste. So have a look at these 5 amazing earth-saving inventions at work. Take a look. Alright guys, that is it for our GSA update this week. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We talked all about the Earth Hour and all things related to our beautiful planet. If you're interested in joining the Earth Hour movement, remember it's March 27th, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. your local time. So you can turn off all those lights to support Earth Hour. And guys, I forgot to tell you that I have cute bee earrings. Remember, bees are one of our amazing pollinators. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much again, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.